I guess the rumors were true, Aries. You are going through a massive change in your life, and that's why you are here. Did you want this change to happen, or were you forced to accept it? Are you happy about it, or do you think it sucks? You know what? Maybe none of this matters. Whether we like it or not, change is part of life. What really matters is you are moving forward. You get to start a new chapter of your story. You get to decide how to leave your best mark. You matter, and those around you haven't seen the best of you just yet. The Oracle cards. Spirit of Challenge. Dancer of Joy. Spirit of Initiation. Now, Tarot. We have cards in reverse. So yes, we will ruffle some feathers if we have to. Don't take it personally. One card for the reason behind the change. One card for what's pushing you forward. One card for the major lesson involved in the process. We got the Six of Swords in reverse. The Two of Pentacles in reverse. And the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So the reason behind the change is the Six of Swords in reverse. You felt like the situation was stagnant. You felt like there was no progression in your favor. And maybe a lot of challenges along the process. We can think about a romantic connection for some of you. We can think about a professional situation for others. I feel that if we look at the Three of Pentacles, this can be a meaningful scenario in a professional situation. What's pushing you forward is the Two of Pentacles in reverse, which is positive if you ask me, because it can be the opportunity to break free from the cycle, from the loop, the infinite symbol that we see in the Two of Pentacles. I want to say that some of you have been evaluating the opportunity to move in a different direction for quite some time. You kind of waited before you made your decision until the moment came for you, and you couldn't ignore it anymore. So I feel that a romantic connection maybe was not anymore a source of joy for you. It's like you couldn't amplify your inner happiness by being in this romantic connection, because maybe the connection has expired its course. And if we think about a professional situation, maybe it became difficult for you to gel with your coworkers or professional partners in a productive way, and the situation took a toll on you for a meaningful amount of time, I want to say, because of the influence that comes from the Two of Pentacles. But now it's time for you to begin a new chapter of the journey 100%, Spirit of Initiation. And it can be a challenge, yes, it can be a test for you, but you have all the qualities to overcome this rite of passage productively and positively. The major lessons involved in the process comes down to the Three of Pentacles in reverse. I feel that some of you couldn't find the proper cooperation in a romantic connection because maybe your partner lost track of the connection, or the two of you kinda fell in a cycle that couldn't allow you to understand each other in order to fix the issues of the connection. And maybe you gave your best. You tried with your whole heart to make things work. But at some point there was a realization, especially if we think about the moon that we see in the background of the Six of Swords, there was a realization because some things that were unclear all of a sudden became evident, you know? It was easy for you to understand them. And we can think about the same thing also in a professional situation. Because if you cannot be on the same page with coworkers or professional partners, the results of potential tasks can suffer because of that. I feel that some of you tried to be patient. You gave more time to the people around you in order to see if they were more receptive, maybe to your suggestions. This can be meaningful more in a romantic connection rather than a professional situation, because there can be more intimacy in order to talk about some issues in the connection. But at the end of the day, I feel that your intuition played a huge part in the process in order for you to realize that it is time for you to move on. This can be the best possible decision for you. And if we look at the balancing act that is basically represented in the Two of Pentacles card, some of you realized that it was not possible for you to bear with the status quo anymore. It was necessary to make a different decision. It was necessary to move on. And this is the only thing that you can be sure of in a situation like this one. If there was no progression, if there was no development, if there was stagnation in a romantic connection or a professional situation, the only way out is through. And if we look at the Six of Swords in reverse, we can think about active communication. So you have been talking with your partner, but the two of you cannot understand each other. You have been talking with your co-workers, your professional partners, but you may not be on the same page anymore. And your productivity and your satisfaction and your health may be suffered because of that. That's why the change is necessary. And if this is a challenge for you, this is also part of your journey of expansion, your journey of growth, self-growth. And you can overcome these tests in order to find better situations down the road. But we have to start somewhere, spirit of initiation, and your starting point was your decision, the decision to end a chapter of your journey that served you well for a while. It allowed you to learn important lessons, and this is good, but now that chapter, that cycle has expired its course. So a romantic connection can be left behind, and you will find new opportunities. And an old job can be left behind in order for you to find better situations down the road in order to display your talents and collect the rewards that you completely deserve. Alright Aries, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! I guess the rumors were true, Taurus. You are going through a massive change in your life, and that's why you are here. Did you want this change to happen, or were you forced to accept it? Are you happy about it, or do you think it sucks? You know what? Maybe none of these matters. Whether we like it or not, change is part of life. What really matters is you are moving forward. You get to start a new chapter of your story. You get to decide how to leave your best mark. You matter, and those around you haven't seen the best of you just yet. The Oracle cards. Spirit of initiation. Spirit of family. Hunter of strength. Now, Tarot, we have cards in reverse, so yes, we will ruffle some feathers if we have to. Don't take it personally. One card for the reason behind the change, one card for what's pushing you forward, one card for the major lesson involved in the process. We got the Knight of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the Three of Cups. This one seems to be a romantic scenario. The reason behind the change is the Knight of Cups. I feel that some of you have made the decision to take your love away, always quoting the Cranberries song Promises. She's going to leave him over, she's going to take her love away. You can also be a man, of course. We are just talking about energies. But it is possible that a romantic connection that has been an important one in your life has been challenged by what we can consider a third-party situation because of the Three of Cups for some of you. For others of you, we can think about a romantic connection that has been quite fun for you and your person of interest, but it never evolved towards a higher level of commitment that maybe has always been an extremely important goal for you. What's pushing you forward is the Page of Cups. It's kind of interesting because I feel that some of you can be a parent, and maybe there was the realization that the connection that you have been experiencing with your person of interest was not living up to the expectations, and it was not a positive situation for you, but maybe even more than that, it was not a positive situation for your kid. That's why the Spirit of Family Oracle card seems to be extremely important, because maybe some of you truly want stability, not only for yourself and for a romantic partner, but also for the one that we can consider like the most important person in your life, your kid. And this is understandable. Maybe you thought that the person that was by your side in this connection for a meaningful amount of time could have become a fair companion for you, also in the long run. Unfortunately, something didn't go according to the plans, you know? And I say that because of the influence that comes from the moon in the background in the Three of Cups. Hunter of Strength, some of you will have to find within yourself the strength to overcome this test. It's part of your journey, your life journey, your journey of self-growth and expansion. I feel that you may get an apology somehow, some way. The Knight of Cups can even be about that. But in this version, Taurus, we have a shark that is swimming barely under the surface of the water. I feel that this is about the other person. So if you resonate with a connection challenged by a betrayal, it's possible that your person can apologize, but it is also possible that you do not trust them and you do not trust the connection anymore. And this is understandable. If we think about a fun but too casual connection with a person of interest, they can try to say that you are the one for them. The main issue seems to be that maybe you do not think that this person can be the one for you at this point. Once again, the Page of Cups in the what's pushing you forward position is all about your kid, for those of you that resonate with that scenario. And if you don't have a kid, this is your inner child. This is a realization that comes from within about the fact that if you are not fulfilled, if you are not able to amplify your inner happiness in a romantic connection for several reasons, maybe a lack of commitment, maybe an approach that is not serious enough, maybe a betrayal, maybe secrets, maybe lies, it's your right to evaluate the overall situation in order to make the best possible decision for you. And your inner child knows what's best for you. Then it's just a matter of paying attention. Listen. Listen to the voice of your heart. Our heart is the voice box of our soul. Sometimes we just have to remind ourselves to pay attention, because everything is at our disposal. We just have to pay attention. And some of you did pay attention. Now, Spirit of Initiation, the Oracle card is basically saying, power to you. Do what's best for you. Do what's best for you and your kid. And if this means that a romantic connection that couldn't live up to the expectations has to be released and left behind, so be it. Because the alternative seems to be the one linked to the opportunity to settle for a situation that not only may not be able to offer you the satisfaction that you deserve, but also a situation that can be influenced by challenges that come from the outside of the connection. So things that are out of your control. And if your person broke your trust and maybe broke your heart as well, according to the scenario, this is something that we cannot overlook. And you will find the strength that you need in order to make the best possible decision, in order to put yourself in a position that can offer you, moving forward, the real chance to build the family that maybe you have always wanted, for yourself and for your kid, if it is already part of the picture. It's time, Taurus, spirit of initiation. You can make things happen in your favor. Don't be afraid of a change like this one, because it seems that the opportunity to leave behind a connection like this one can truly represent a blessing in disguise for you. If there is going to be an apology, I feel that it can be left on the table because a vow of trust, honesty, and loyalty maybe has been broken already. Or if we think about a casual connection, your person got their chances to do more in favor of the connection with you, but failed to seize the moment, and it seems unlikely for them to get another opportunity. Alright, Taurus, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! I guess the rumors were true, Gemini. You are going through a massive change in your life, and that's why you are here. Did you want this change to happen, or were you forced to accept it? Are you happy about it, or do you think it sucks? You know what? Maybe none of these matters. Whether we like it or not, change is part of life. What really matters is you are moving forward. You get to start a new chapter of your story. You get to decide how to leave your best mark. You matter, and those around you haven't seen the best of you just yet. The Oracle cards. Shaman of Reflections. Shaman of Tradition. Hunter of Paths. Now, Tarot, we have cards in reverse, so yes, we will ruffle some feathers if we have to. Don't take it personally. One card for the reason behind the change, one card for what's pushing you forward, one card for the major lesson involved in the process. We got the Nine of Cups in reverse, the Queen of Cups, and the Four of Pentacles. The reason behind the change is the fact that you do not feel fulfilled in the current situation anymore. It can be a romantic connection, especially because of the influence coming from the Queen of Cups, but it can also be a professional situation for others of you. Maybe you do not feel rewarded enough. Maybe you had expectations for this cycle of the journey, but somehow, some way, it has been falling short. I am looking at the Four of Pentacles in the lesson position. This is about the opportunity to cut your losses, about a situation that maybe has expired its course. I find interesting the fact that we have a closed door in the card, but there is a window that is slightly open, or it's opening slowly. And this can be about the fact that some of you can almost be surprised by how easily you will find a different path as soon as you make your final decision to move on from this situation, being it a romantic one or a professional one. I kinda love the two shamans that we got, of tradition and of reflections. They are interesting if we follow the Queen of Cups. In this version, the Queen is pregnant, so what's pushing you forward is a desire for growth, a desire for self-expansion, self-development. And this can be meaningful if we think about a romantic connection also when it comes to the opportunity to build a family. This can be important for some of you. Maybe you wanted to do that with a particular person, but it is not possible to do that anymore. But the concept is super important even for those of you that resonate with an important change in the professional side of your life. Maybe you want more. Maybe you want to display your talents more. Maybe you want more chances or more responsibilities, in order to prove what you can do. And you can do a lot of things. What may have to be right, though, can be the circumstances. And maybe you do not feel that the current situation is the one for you anymore. And this is quite a realization. So, if you got it, now you have to make it count. The Nine of Cups in reverse, guys, is also an interesting energy in this particular version, because maybe there is no relief for you in the current situation, and that's why the change was ignited. It was a process. The lady in the card has been meditating. I find it meaningful as a concept if we follow the shaman of reflections. You thought about this change long and well. This is not an improvised decision. This is not an improvised change of course. Yes, it is fair to say that if you are leaving behind a romantic connection with roots in the past because of the shaman of tradition, this is a big change. But what if you have been dealing with someone that was not open to cooperate with you? What if you have been dealing with someone that was not willing to open up more in favor of the connection with you? What if you have been dealing with someone that was not willing to embrace a higher level of commitment, if we follow the Four of Pentacles and one of its meanings? These can be all factors that can influence the decision of a person. And if your expectations, your heart's expectations, have not been fulfilled in this romantic connection, it seems to be almost natural for you the opportunity to sit back for a moment, evaluate the overall situation, look at the bigger picture, and realize that if a door is closed, there can be a window open for you. It can be different. It's gonna be different moving forward, yes, but chances are it can even be better. I feel that both in the romantic situation and in the professional one, as soon as you communicate your decision to the people involved in the process, you are not going to look back. You will move on, you will move forward, reassured by the fact that this is going to be the best possible decision for you. This one seems to be a long time coming for some of you guys. I feel that if the current situation felt like it was built on the sand, now it's time for you to look for something new in order to build on much stronger foundations that will offer you the chance to manifest into reality the type of romantic or professional situation that can truly check all the boxes for you in order to represent the chance to expand as a human being first, as a romantic partner second, and third, as a professional individual with a lot of talents to display, talents that deserve to be rewarded. And this can be the beacon that can push you forward. Alright, Gemini, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! I guess the rumors were true, Cancer. You are going through a massive change in your life, and that's why you are here. Did you want this change to happen, or were you forced to accept it? Are you happy about it, or do you think it sucks? You know what? Maybe none of these matters. Whether we like it or not, change is part of life. What really matters is you are moving forward. You get to start a new chapter of your story. You get to decide how to leave your best mark. You matter, and those around you haven't seen the best of you just yet. The Oracle cards. Hunter of Abundance. Hunter of Conflict. Ancestor of Memory. Now, Tarot. We have cards in reverse, so yes, we will ruffle some feathers if we have to. Don't take it personally. One card for the reason behind the change. One card for what's pushing you forward. One card for the major lesson involved in the process. We got the King of Wands, the Page of Wands in reverse, and the Temperance. The major lesson for you is one about patience, a powerful virtue. It can make all the difference if you ask me. I feel that this can be a romantic situation for some of you, but it can also be a professional one for others of you. The reason behind the change is the King of Wands. It's time for you to level up. It's time for you to do more. It's time for you to display your talents in a more powerful way, and maybe the current situation, a romantic one or a professional one, doesn't allow you to do that anymore. What's pushing you forward? Page of Wands in reverse. I feel that you lost interest in a romantic connection or a professional situation that doesn't allow you to expand like you know you can do. And this is quite a realization. I am looking at the Ancestor of Memory Oracle card. I feel that for some of you, we are talking about a romantic connection with meaningful roots in the past. You have been together with your person of interest for quite some time. A lot of memories involved. For some reason, conflicts maybe played a negative role for this connection. The connection was perceived as an opportunity for abundance, emotional abundance, let's say, but your patience was tested. Your patience was tested by your person, and you kinda tried your best to go with the flow, to make things work, to meet your person halfway. For some reason, maybe they couldn't do the same thing. And now that's why you want to move in a different direction. I feel that some of you have had multiple conversations with your heart, with yourself, your higher self. The King of Wands in this version is talking with his cat. So I feel that you have been trying to figure out where you want to go moving forward, or where you want to be moving forward if we think about a professional situation. Maybe in a scenario like that, you didn't feel rewarded enough. You didn't feel that the people around you were giving you the consideration that you deserve. Maybe they are still treating you like you are a prospect, when instead you earned your stripes on the field. So maybe you want more, and you can become the hunter of abundance. In order to do that, it can be necessary to leave behind a situation that maybe has been challenged by a couple of conflicts here and there, especially if we think about the opportunity to earn more, get promotions, or more responsibility at work. This can be something that has played an important role in your evaluation. I feel that this change cannot be avoided. Cancer. If we think about a romantic connection, you are going for something completely different moving forward. You can travel. You can change location. And it is possible that you may have to come up with a list of priorities in order to get things done and move on. You may have to close your eyes, about something that your person can keep for themselves, but I feel that you can be cool with that. It's like, all right, keep that thing. I want to move on. I want to move forward. The connection is not anymore the one that I want for myself. This can be more than enough for you in order to make your final decision. If we think about a professional situation, you may have already a couple of offers on the table. If not, you will get them. You will have to evaluate them properly, carefully, with a great deal of attention. There can be travel involved. Even in this scenario, you may have to change the city because maybe a new job is in a different city. I feel that you can be willing to travel lightly. The main thing is that you are tired of being considered like a page. You have a lot to offer in a romantic connection or a professional situation. and you feel that it's time for you to be treated like a pro, you know? I feel that you will have that opportunity moving forward. But this is a final test for your patience, and I feel that you can be a patient human being, 100%. And this is something that will serve you well in the next chapter of your journey. I also want to say that in the professional situation, some of you cannot wait to sign a new contract that can allow you to leave behind a job that has expired its course, and that new chapter can bring in your favor way more abundance, financially speaking, but also emotionally speaking, compared to the chapter that you can leave behind. And if there is another advice, if we follow the temperance in the lesson position, if conflicts have been a factor in a romantic situation or a professional one because of the people around you, for whatever reason, maybe you cannot gel together anymore, try your best to take the higher road. Avoid the conflicts. If you want to move on from this cycle, from this situation, being a romantic one or a professional one, avoid the arguments, you know? Take the higher road, handle the interactions in a mature fashion, you can do that, and as soon as you are ready to move on without looking back. And what you will find down the road is going to represent a major reward for you. And you will cherish every moment of the new chapter. Alright, Cancer, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! I guess the rumors were true, Leo. You are going through a massive change in your life, and that's why you are here. Did you want this change to happen, or were you forced to accept it? Are you happy about it, or do you think it sucks? You know what? Maybe none of these matters. Whether we like it or not, change is part of life. What really matters is you are moving forward. You get to start a new chapter of your story. You get to decide how to leave your best mark. You matter, and those around you haven't seen the best of you just yet. The Oracle cards. Hunter of Death. Ancestor of Boundaries. Hunter of Mysteries. Now, Tarot, we have cards in reverse, so yes, we will ruffle some feathers if we have to. Don't take it personally. One card for the reason behind the change. One card for what's pushing you forward. One card for the major lesson involved in the process. We got the Star. The Ten of Swords. And the Chariot, which is a crossroads in this version. We got the Oracle card about a death and rebirth process for you. It's a meaningful one. Change is coming. Change is inevitable. The alternative can be the one to stay in an old cycle that has been one extremely challenging for you. The Ten of Swords is the energy that is pushing you forward. I feel that we are talking about a romantic situation for you, Leo. I feel that the figure in red that is running away can be your partner, the one that will become your ex. It's just a matter of time. Mysteries involved in the connection. We can think about betrayals. More than one, and maybe in several ways, but there is still a spark in you in order to ignite a new cycle of your journey, a new chapter of your story. I feel that the star in the reason behind the change is about the fact that it was not possible for you to be your most truthful self in this romantic connection because of what happened with your partner. Ancestor of Boundaries. It seems to be an interesting oracle card. maybe it was necessary for you to set new and more clear and strong boundaries if we think about the interaction with your partner. I feel that this person did step over the line multiple times, and the overall connection took a toll on you. But now it's time for you to decide where you want to be moving forward. The Chariot in the lesson position is all about an inner evaluation. The black sign can be about the opportunity to stay in this old cycle, but the lady is kinda unsure about that. The white sign instead can be the opportunity to move on, to start fresh, to start new, blank page, in order to write down a new chapter of your story indeed. This can be the opportunity for you to find a new balance within yourself and in your life. And this can be truly a wish that you made for yourself. Because the lady in the Ten of Swords, the lady on the ground, has been challenged. I feel that some of you were challenged by this romantic connection. And you were upset because of how your person treated you. And maybe they did that or they did the same thing multiple times. There was a learning curve even for you. That's why the Death card, a revolutionary change, a transition that starts from within, cannot be avoided. It cannot be resisted. It was destined to happen. But this is like being a phoenix. Some of you will become a powerful phoenix, rising from the ashes. Brand new, but wiser, stronger, more aware of what are the factors that you must pay attention to in order to figure out if a situation can be deserving of your trust, if another person can be deserving of your trust, if there are clear and healthy boundaries in a new connection. And yes, if we think about new chapters of the journey, there can still be mysteries and things that must be discovered. But with the level of awareness that now you have, it will be an easier task compared to the one that you had to face in the past. This romantic connection for you, Leo, has been an extremely important test. It was part of your story, part of your journey, part of your soul's journey, I want to say, if we think about self-growth and self-expansion. Maybe you had to learn the hard way. I will not argue with that. I will not try to sugarcoat the potential situation. But you still have more fights in you. And you are about to get back on your feet. You will dust yourself off and you will move on. There can be travel available for you, maybe a new city, new people, or maybe you are coming back to your place, the city where you were born, where your roots are. And you will find there maybe the new chapter of your story. I feel that it's gonna be a lucky one. And deep within, I also want to say that some of you already got this realization. You believe that, you know that, you feel that. And this can be an encouraging thought in order for you to push through the rite of passage that can set you free from an old cycle that is not going to be part of your story anymore. Alright, Leo, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! I guess the rumors were true, Virgo. You are going through a massive change in your life, and that's why you are here. Did you want this change to happen, or were you forced to accept it? Are you happy about it, or do you think it sucks? You know what? Maybe none of these matters. Whether we like it or not, change is part of life. What really matters is you are moving forward. You get to start a new chapter of your story. You get to decide how to leave your best mark. You matter, and those around you haven't seen the best of you just yet. The Oracle cards. Ancestor of Boundaries. Dancer of Joy. Dancer of Fear. Now, Tarot. We have cards in reverse. So yes, we will ruffle some feathers if we have to. Don't take it personally. One card for the reason behind the change. One card for what's pushing you forward. One card for the major lesson involved in the process. We got the High Priestess. The Three of Wands. And the Six of Wands. Your intuition is your most powerful ally. Your inner wisdom, the voice of your soul, the High Priestess, the reason behind the change. You knew this change was coming. Between fear and joy, you chose joy. And that's why you will be rewarded. This can be a romantic situation for some of you, but it can also be a professional one for others. The common factor is this one, boundaries. If we think about a romantic connection, maybe you feel like your expectations have been let down and your person kinda got the full control of the connection. You accepted that for quite some time. It's like your person, consciously or not, put you in the corner. This is not going to happen anymore. This is not going to happen anymore. You're about to move forward. You're about to move on. Six of Wands, the lesson involved in the process, leaving behind challenges of the past, taking the center of the stage because you deserve it. You are good enough. You have enough talents. And speaking of that, this can be meaningful even in a professional situation. Maybe you had expectations. And if you realized by paying attention, like the High Priestess can do, that your expectations were not fulfilled because you felt almost like in a stagnant situation, professionally speaking, that was the catalyst in order for you to overcome an inner fear about the status quo and pursue a more genuine joy. But in order to do that, a change is necessary. If we think about a professional situation, we can say also that maybe you have been dealing with people that didn't respect your boundaries. Maybe they took advantage of you. Maybe they asked you to do a lot of things without offering you the rewards that you deserved. Now the Six of Wands plays a role even in that scenario. You are good enough. You can be appreciated. Your talents can be seen. You can even be willing to give back. If we think about the opportunity to help other people, but you must put yourself in the best possible situation in order for you to shine. And it can be necessary for you to overcome some inner fears that can be like an imposter syndrome, you know? They are not real. What can be real instead can be your desire to manifest, to create something new, something different in order to find the joy that you want for yourself. The Three of Wands is a standby. It's a waiting. I find it interesting to see the energy in the what's pushing you forward position. Your intentions can push you forward. And then, because the Three of Wands is an extremely spiritual energy, we know that the figure is willing and ready to cooperate with the universe. And this can be about you 100%. You know how a manifestation process works. It starts from within. It starts from your mind, your intentions, your vibrations, what you feel. And that's why the opportunity to stay in this old cycle, being it a romantic one or a professional one, is not an option anymore. because it can be influenced by lower vibrations, and this is not the place for you anymore. You can turn your back on a lover that may not be the person for you in the long run. You can turn your back on a job that maybe was good for you in the beginning, but now doesn't allow you to expand. And this can be a desire for you. I feel that the choice is going to be felt. It's going to be like a night and day type of choice. The difference is going to be something that cannot be ignored. And maybe you have been investigating the energies in the recent past, and you collected nuggets of wisdom, but you have so much to offer. You have so much to offer in a romantic connection or in the professional side of your life. And you cannot allow yourself to stay stuck in a small situation. As soon as you release, you let go of all the fears, they are an illusion. I want to highlight that one more time. The path in front of you will become even more clear than before, and the progression is going to feel natural. As soon as you will embrace it, you are not going to look back anymore. A partner, a romantic partner, can be left behind. Their time is almost up. It can be for the better for you. An old job that couldn't pay dividends in your favor can be left behind. And you will have the chance to be seen for one simple reason. Maybe for the first time in your life, you will take the center of the stage. You will own it because you can do that. You have the qualities to do that. And this is all that matters. All right, Virgo, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! I guess the rumors were true, Libra. You are going through a massive change in your life, and that's why you are here. Did you want this change to happen, or were you forced to accept it? Are you happy about it, or do you think it sucks? You know what? Maybe none of these matters. Whether we like it or not, change is part of life. What really matters is you are moving forward. You get to start a new chapter of your story. You get to decide how to leave your best mark. You matter, and those around you haven't seen the best of you just yet. The Oracle cards. Ancestor of Knowing. Hunter of Death. Shaman of Birth. Now, Tarot. We have cards in reverse, so yes, we will ruffle some feathers if we have to. Don't take it personally. One card for the reason behind the change. One card for what's pushing you forward. One card for the major lesson involved in the process. We got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The Six of Pentacles in reverse. And the Three of Pentacles. I feel that some of you are leaving behind an extremely important connection. Death and rebirth process. It cannot be avoided, Libra. You know that. Ancestor of Knowing. Your eyes can be wide open. You see the change in front of you. Some of you can leave behind a marriage. Others of you can leave behind an important connection that has been challenged by commitment issues on your person's side. What's pushing you forward? The Six of Pentacles in reverse. The fact that there was no equal give and take in this connection, unfortunately. Maybe there was in the beginning, but at some point the dynamic of the connection stopped working. The Six of Pentacles for me should be an equal give and take, a right and fair exchange, in order to avoid a one-man up, one-man down dynamic. I feel that this connection for some of you has been challenged by a one-man up, one-man down dynamic. Your person felt like they were winning at some point, and they couldn't understand that you felt like you were on the losing side of the agreement, and this harmed your connection, regardless of the level of commitment involved in the situation. The major lesson involved in the process is the Three of Pentacles. I find it meaningful considering the influence of the Six of Pentacles in reverse. What you have always wanted was more cooperation, a true team effort. You tried your best to manifest it. You offered suggestions. You tried to build strong foundations for your connection. And I want to say that some of you were successful in doing that for quite some time, if the Ten of Pentacles represents a marriage, but now that connection faded away. It's going away. I also want to say that for some of you, it is possible to consider some interferences that played a negative role for your romantic connection. You found out about that, and it was almost like it was impossible for you to forgive and forget. Maybe because of the roots in the past of your connection. If instead we think about a connection challenged by commitment issues, maybe there are reasons that can be about work, professional situations that couldn't allow you and your person to meet each other halfway, to be on the same page about the best possible development of this connection. I want to say that if we follow the Hunter of Death Oracle card, some of you tried to change the alchemy of the connection, maybe a couple of times, in order to give birth to a new agreement. Your person couldn't understand that. They didn't get the memo. They were not ready to match your willingness to make things work, and that sealed the fate of the connection. This is a gut feeling, but maybe even more than that if we follow the ancestor of knowing. It's time for you to end an important chapter of your life, which is about a connection that you thought could have become a staple in your life, a reliable one for the ages. Unfortunately, it seems that the reality of things now is different. The transition can take a little bit more time. I find interesting that there is a window, an open window in the Three of Pentacles in the lesson position. It's about new horizons for you, Libra. I feel that you are going to find surprising opportunities in order to put yourself in the best possible position to manifest into reality not only the type of romantic connection that you truly want for yourself, but also a wider range of chances when it comes to the opportunity to manifest the satisfaction that you want for yourself in your life, whatever it may be for you. But this major change cannot be avoided. It starts from within, and it's gonna be propedeutical to the birth of something new, and maybe even a new version of yourself. Wiser, stronger, more aware of the factors that can be in favor of a productive agreement with a romantic partner, yes, but also with the people that can play a role in your everyday life. And this is going to be all in your favor, because the experiences that you collected along this cycle will serve you well moving forward. All right, Libra, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! I guess the rumors were true, Scorpio. You are going through a massive change in your life, and that's why you are here. Did you want this change to happen? Or were you forced to accept it? Are you happy about it? Or do you think it sucks? You know what? Maybe none of these matters. Whether we like it or not, change is part of life. What really matters is you are moving forward. You get to start a new chapter of your story. You get to decide how to leave your best mark. You matter, and those around you haven't seen the best of you just yet. The Oracle cards. Dancer of Reconciliation. Shaman of Loss. Ancestor of Exile. Now, Tarot, we have cards in reverse, so yes, we will ruffle some feathers if we have to. Don't take it personally. One card for the reason behind the change. One card for what's pushing you forward. One card for the major lesson involved in the process. We got the Two of Wands. The Seven of Cups in reverse. And the Knight of Wands in reverse. I love the Seven of Cups in reverse for you. What's pushing you forward? Your clarity. You have all the clarity that you need about this situation. It seems to be about a romantic connection. Dancer of Reconciliation, Shaman of Loss. I feel that you tried with this person a couple of times. The connection was passionate. It was a major source of interest for you at the beginning. Now it is possible that you do not trust your person anymore. Knight of Wands in reverse in the lesson position. I want to say that this was a physical connection, meaning the passion was real, the attraction was real, the chemistry was real, the two of you got along extremely well with each other, but there were other factors in the connection that couldn't work, and at the same time, I have to mention the potential influence of betrayals along this connection. Ancestor of Exile. Maybe your person went away for a while and now they can try to come back one more time. But I feel that the Two of Wands that we got in the reason behind the change is a soulful decision in order to put a closing point word on this connection, because the core of the agreement is not rock solid enough to stand the test of time. I want to say that you are tired of the lies of your person. You are tired of their excuses. You are tired of poor and lame justifications that you have heard for quite some time along this connection. And all these factors represented a source of disappointments and hurts for you. So yes, this can be about a final goodbye. This can be about a loss in the romantic arena. But I want to say also that you gave your person multiple chances. Dancer of Reconciliation. You have been dancing together. Let's say a song about the opportunity to make things work. It was not possible. Your person cannot really be trusted. They can be hot and cold. They can be present and then absent according to the scenario. This can even be another meaning that we can associate to the Ancestor of Exile Oracle card. Someone that is not close to us for whatever reason. I feel that this time, even if your person offers you the opportunity to try again, you are not going to buy anything from them, and you will not allow yourself to get carried away by the heat of the moment, because you know the dynamic of the connection extremely well, and you are not going to be fooled by it this time. The Two of Wands for me is a soulful decision that can set the tone for what comes next in the journey. This is not a time for fiery passion anymore with this person. And I love the fact that the figure in the Two of Wands has a red cloak, the same red cloak that we see in the Knight of Wands. I feel that, metaphorically speaking, you are the knight, your person is the dragon, and instead of fighting a new battle with the dragon, you can turn your back on the dragon and move on from this connection. Because deep within, what can push you forward, once again, is the clarity that you gathered, you collected along this connection. And if you do not believe that something positive can come in your favor, it's fair to say that you are not going to give this person another chance. They had the chance that they had. Now, the connection is about to be released. I want to say that this transformation, if we pay attention to the lizard in the Two of Wands, is something that has been increasing, as a knowing, as a feeling within yourself for quite some time now. And this is quite a fork in the road for you, but I feel that you can be better off without this person. Because as soon as you release the connection, you will also get the chance to release all the nonsense that was involved in the situation. Because maybe your person is built in that way, and maybe you put up with that for quite some time, but now it seems that you are not available to do that anymore. So power to you, because if you get a realization like that, it must count, and it seems that some of you are willing to embrace a loss, because it can truly represent the most classical blessing in disguise. And then you will power through this rite of passage in order to find better opportunities, and you will find them because your higher level of awareness, thanks to the lessons that you learned, also thanks to this connection, will pay you back big time. And this is an encouraging thought. Alright, Scorpio, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! I guess the rumors were true, Sagittarius. You are going through a massive change in your life, and that's why you are here. Did you want this change to happen, or were you forced to accept it? Are you happy about it, or do you think it sucks? You know what? Maybe none of this matters. Whether we like it or not, change is part of life. What really matters is you are moving forward. You get to start a new chapter of your story. You get to decide how to leave your best mark. You matter, and those around you haven't seen the best of you just yet. The Oracle cards. Dancer of Life. Hunter of Dreams. Spirit of Truth. Now, Tarot, we have cards in reverse, so yes, we will ruffle some feathers if we have to. Don't take it personally. One card for the reason behind the change, one card for what's pushing you forward, one card for the major lesson involved in the process. We got the Eight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. I feel that communication is not a plus in this connection, and that's why you can make the decision to put a closing point on it. This can be a romantic connection for some of you or a professional one for others. The main point seems to be that you will have to be truthful, and you will have the chance to stay true to yourself, because if you do not like what you see and what you hear in this particular situation, a romantic one or a professional one, you will have to speak up for yourself. And you may have to be ready to face some altercations because of the Knight of Swords in the what's pushing you forward position. I feel that this can be meaningful in a professional situation because maybe you feel like you have not been rewarded like you deserved to be. If we think about a romantic connection, I feel that you will have to handle a major conversation that can even be a big fight, and words are going to fly around. It seems to be inevitable. It also seems to be the only way for you to break free from an old cycle of your journey that cannot offer in your favor more growth. And this can be all that you need to know in order to make your final decision about it. The Three of Pentacles in reverse in the lesson position is all about the fact that in this romantic connection or in this professional situation, the give and take between you and your partner or the people around you cannot be considered like an equal one. It has not been fair. Maybe you did more than your partner. Maybe you did more than your coworkers, but the rewards didn't come your way. And I want to say that you got upset more than a couple of times. So you can have multiple dreams. You can have a lot of expectations, desires. It's understandable. But this set of energies is about a romantic connection that has been holding you back. A romantic connection that was a catalyst for misunderstandings, discussions, a lot of words said without thinking about the consequences, and now we are looking at the consequences. And one of them can be a separation in order to begin a new chapter of your life, one that can be more balanced. I feel that you are going to speak your truth. I want to repeat myself because this is the main point. You are going to stand up for yourself. You are going to push through. It's going to be necessary. If there is an advice for you, it can be the one to choose carefully and wisely your words, even if the conversation can get more heated than the necessary. If we think about a professional situation instead, maybe you had some requests, some demands, but they couldn't be met in a satisfying fashion. Maybe you had suggestions about how things could have been done in the workplace, but it's like you have not been taken seriously. And maybe this upset you. So now it's going to be necessary for you to handle a major shift, a major transition, like the lady in the Eight of Wands is doing with the tornado. There can be a relocation for some of you. You can change a job and you can change a city. You can travel. You can fly also. But I want to say that professionally speaking, you will make your way out from this situation that has become stagnant. You will find a way to communicate clearly the reasons behind your choice. As soon as you make your choice, you are not going to change your mind anymore about it. And this can seal the fate of the professional situation. Because if you had dreams about it, those dreams couldn't be manifested because of the environment that has seen you involved. And if we think about the Three of Pentacles, which is the opportunity to build strong foundations that can stand the test of time, it is also an energy about the opportunity to learn new things from the people around you. Maybe you were willing to do that, but other people were not willing to do the same thing. This can be more than enough for you to consider alternatives. There is still a window open in the card. I want to say that you gave this professional situation a couple of chances in order to see if improvements were possible. They were not. They didn't come your way. So now the window becomes something about new opportunities elsewhere. It's a matter of truth. It's a matter of self-respect. It's a matter of honesty. Maybe it's a matter of integrity, but it's your life. And whether we talk about a romantic situation or a professional one, it's your right to decide how you want to live your life in order to manifest as more dreams as possible into reality. And if you realize that someone or a situation is only holding you back, you have the right, you almost have an obligation to do something about that, even if it means that a change is necessary and that connection or that professional situation has to be released in order to find something new, something different, something better. This is what you're going to do. It can be time for you to do that, Sagittarius. Alright, Sag, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! I guess the rumors were true, Capricorn. You are going through a massive change in your life, and that's why you are here. Did you want this change to happen, or were you forced to accept it? Are you happy about it, or do you think it sucks? You know what? Maybe none of these matters. Whether we like it or not, change is part of life. What really matters is you are moving forward. You get to start a new chapter of your story. You get to decide how to leave your best mark. You matter, and those around you haven't seen the best of you just yet. The Oracle cards. Ancestor of Protection. Shaman of Courage. Hunter of Mysteries. Now, Tarot, we have cards in reverse, so yes, we will ruffle some feathers if we have to. Don't take it personally. One card for the reason behind the change. One card for what's pushing you forward. One card for the major lesson involved in the process. We got the Three of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles in reverse, and the Devil in reverse. Some of you are leaving behind a chapter of your journey that was particularly challenging. Devil in reverse in the lesson position. Let's talk about that. A karmic cycle for some of you, 100%, a toxic romantic connection, one influenced by a ton of BS. The reason behind the change is the Three of Pentacles, so we can think about cooperation. You wanted it along the connection, it seems that you couldn't get it. A lot of mysteries involved in this connection. Ancestor of Protection, I love that for you. You are protected. You can be guided. I feel that some of you have been guided to the major realization about the fact that it's necessary for you to stand up and move on from this connection. Four of Pentacles in reverse in the what's pushing you forward position. The kid in the card is ready to go. It's time. There is a closed door in the card, but also a window slightly open. The closed door can be about your partner, the one involved in the devilish, potentially karmic cycle. Some of you do not want to engage with that person anymore. There can be a realization that they are not good for you. They do not have a positive influence in your life. And maybe you tried to make things work in this connection. It was not possible. It was a major challenge. But you did learn a lot of lessons. And it is fair to say that it was part of your soul's journey. It was part of a process of personal growth. You passed the test. You're about to move on. You're about to leave behind a chapter of the journey that made you stronger. And maybe some of you can still struggle to believe that. You can still struggle to believe how strong you are, but you are. You are strong. You have the courage to face the final moments of this connection before you break free. I love the fact that we also see an open window in the Three of Pentacles. New horizons, new opportunities, new people that can appreciate you like you deserve to be appreciated, but also new people that can be more positive for you if we think about a romantic connection that has truly what it takes to be successful in the long run. The devil is always a powerful energy, of course, but it's one about excesses for me. So it's like this connection was a roller coaster ride, especially in its early stages. I want to say that the physical side of the connection was a main factor in order for the situation to survive. Your person knew that, they played with that. Maybe you put up with that for quite some time, now not anymore. Now you know that you can find not only a better situation, but also a healthier situation. Because maybe some excesses involved in this connection took a toll on your health too. And this is something that should be a decisive factor in order for you to make your final decision about the connection. The door that we see in the Four of Pentacles is locked in multiple ways. This is all about the fact that as soon as you end the connection, there is no going back. And another thing that I want to say is that you may have to surround yourself with people that you completely trust, ancestor of protection, in order to basically allow yourself to manifest the safest possible transition from a romantic partner that maybe doesn't really want to give up this connection. And if we look at the volcano in the background of the Devil's card, this person may not take well your decision to move on from the connection, but they will not have the privilege to do anything to hold you back this time. It's not gonna happen. You are about to cut your losses when it comes to this connection. I love to see the Four of Pentacles in reverse in the what's pushing you forward position, because if you have been sitting on the decision to move on for a while, now your decision is basically ready to be manifested into reality. Let's move on. Let's end this connection. The devilish cycle is over. You have the courage to manifest this transition, and you will find the chance to encounter and build a connection with someone that can truly represent a productive and respectful and fair partner for you, so that you can build strong foundations for a connection that can stand the test of time. Because maybe this has always been a goal for you, and you deserve that opportunity. But first, this devilish cycle must be released. You are about to do that. Alright, Capricorn, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! I guess the rumors were true, Aquarius. You are going through a massive change in your life, and that's why you are here. Did you want this change to happen, or were you forced to accept it? Are you happy about it, or do you think it sucks? You know what? Maybe none of these matters. Whether we like it or not, change is part of life. What really matters is you are moving forward. You get to start a new chapter of your story. You get to decide how to leave your best mark. You matter, and those around you haven't seen the best of you just yet. The Oracle cards. Ancestor of Tribes. Ancestor of Hope. Spirit of Destruction. Now, Tarot, we have cards in reverse, so yes, we will ruffle some feathers if we have to. Don't take it personally. One card for the reason behind the change. One card for what's pushing you forward. One card for the major lesson involved in the process. We got the Judgment. The Four of Wands in reverse. And the Nine of Cups in reverse. This one seems to be about a romantic situation for you, Aquarius. There is going to be, or maybe there has already been, a judgment call about a connection that unfortunately couldn't or cannot live up to the expectations that you have nurtured dearly in your heart. Four of Wands in reverse in the what's pushing you forward position. I find meaningful also the Nine of Cups in reverse in the major lesson position. It's all about self-fulfillment. It's possible that this connection has been an important one for you, but for some reason it cannot be one for the ages. That's why the spirit of destruction is coming to play. The connection is going away. And I will not even try to sugarcoat the pill. Because even if it is a conscious decision coming from you because of the judgment in the reason behind the change, the decision can sting. Because a chapter is about to end, and it is fair to say that it was an important one. So, if we look at the Four of Wands in reverse, we can say that the connection is not blessed by a common vision between you and your person. It's like the two of you now are not on the same page. Maybe you were, now not anymore. There was hope in favor of this connection. Hope to make things work. Hope to go the distance together. There was hope that you and your person belonged to the same tribe. I want to say that the two of you have been genuine when it comes to this connection. This one doesn't seem to be a set of energies that is about a connection challenged by betrayals or something along those lines. This one seems to be a situation in which two people suddenly realize that they do not want the same thing. And the only way to keep the connection alive can be linked to the decision of one of them to settle for a situation that they do not like. I feel that this can be meaningful for you because of the Nine of Cups that we got in the lesson position. The lady has been meditating. I feel that you did the same thing. You realized, or you are realizing, that you cannot be completely fulfilled in this connection because without the Four of Wands, without the manifestation of the powerful vision coming from the heart, you do not feel satisfied. So this can be about the fact that maybe you want the Four of Wands, meaning that you want to get married, you want to build a family, but for others of you, it can be true the opposite. Maybe it's your person, the one that wants to get married, and you have other expectations, other desires. Sometimes it happens. The Judgment can be an energy about reconciliations and reunions. In this case, it is mainly a final decision. a moment of truth and clarity. The lady in this version is ready to move on. I feel that this is the main point. The reason behind the change is the opportunity to move in a different direction in order to keep playing our own kind of music. But this is going to ask for a transformation. There is a butterfly in the card. The transformation is about the necessity to release this connection. It was an important one. And I feel that somehow, some way, despite the sadness related to the separation, some good memories can be saved if we think about this connection. But at the same time, there can be the realization that the connection is built on the sand, and for this reason, it cannot last in the long run. This can be a matter of honesty, Aquarius. If you are the one that wants the Four of Wands, it's gonna be a matter of honesty for you to let your person know that you are willing to move on because the Four of Wands is a major goal for you. If instead you resonate with the opposite scenario, so it's your person that wants the Four of Wands, it's gonna be a matter of honesty for you to let them know that you do not share the same vision or the same desire, and that's why the connection must be released. But even if that happens, I want to say that the Ancestor of Tribes Oracle card can be about the fact that the two of you will have the opportunity to keep a genuine memory about each other. It's like the bond is going to be still a positive one, even if things couldn't work in the romantic arena. Sometimes it happens. Maybe you lose a partner, but down the road, there can still be a friend in your life. And maybe this can also be an encouraging thought. A change is coming. You are ready to go for it. And you can still find brighter days ahead. Alright, Aquarius, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye! I guess the rumors were true, Pisces. You are going through a massive change in your life, and that's why you are here. Did you want this change to happen, or were you forced to accept it? Are you happy about it, or do you think it sucks? You know what? Maybe none of these matters. Whether we like it or not, change is part of life. What really matters is you are moving forward. You get to start a new chapter of your story. You get to decide how to leave your best mark. You matter, and those around you haven't seen the best of you just yet. The Oracle cards. Spirit of Family. Dancer of Friendship. And Ancestor of Memory. Now, Tarot. We have cards in reverse. So yes, we will ruffle some feathers if we have to. Don't take it personally. One card for the reason behind the change. One card for what's pushing you forward. One card for the major lesson involved in the process. We got the Chariot in reverse. The Nine of Swords in reverse. And the Hanged Man. The major lesson involved in the process is one about clarity. And I love to see the Nine of Swords in reverse in the what's pushing you forward position. You have all the clarity that you need. It's not yet the time for you to end this connection, but we are going there. The Chariot in reverse in the reason behind the change. The crossroads is going to be inevitable. You are going to see it, you are going to feel it. It's coming. This can be a romantic connection for some of you or a friendship. So a situation with a dear friend of yours. A lot of memories, ancestor of memory, spirit of family. You and this person share a genuine bond, whether it is a romantic one or one about a friendship. The issue seems to be that the two of you cannot be on the same page about this connection anymore. And it's like there was a fallout between the two of you. The situation took a toll on you and your person in a meaningful way. The two of you were sad because you felt that the connection changed its colors. It can be necessary to part ways. If this is a romantic connection, we can think about a breakup. If this is a friendship, it's like some distance put between the two of you can be positive in the long run, but for now, it's kind of necessary for the two of you to go down two different roads. The Nine of Swords in reverse is positive if we think about the opportunity to clear our mind in order to release struggles, worries, indecision, doubts. This clarity can sting a little, and I will not try to sugarcoat the pill. The Chariot in reverse, in the reason behind the change, is also about the fact that some of you in particular felt that the connection was stuck. There was no development, no progression. It became stagnant. This is meaningful if we think about a romantic connection, but this is also meaningful if we think about a friendship, because it's like the two of you couldn't be the best version of yourself in favor of each other, and the connection suffered because of that. That's why the uncomfortable position coming from the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is a divine process. In the lesson position, it's about the fact that this situation has been unfolding in this way for a while. It has become almost a torture for you and your person. Someone has to do something. Someone has to make a decision. It's like there was a fear of hurting another person, but in the meantime, two people were hurting because of the situation. It is necessary for you to look at the connection from a completely different point of view. If you cannot meet your person or your friend halfway, a separation seems to be the only viable option right now. I can understand that there can be some hesitation still involved in the process because of how unsure the lady is about the choice represented in the Chariot. You have to make a choice, and it seems that you are willing to make it. You are willing to be the one that makes the choice, because this can be the only way for you to unstuck yourself from a cycle that can become unbearable for you and your partner, or for you and your friend. I am leaning towards the fact that the connection, the romantic connection, can face a closing point, but then it can be difficult for the two of you to meet each other again in order to try to make things work, if we think about a reconciliation. Instead, if we think about a friend, some time apart from each other can be positive, because then, later on, there can be the chance to reconnect with new experiences, new memories, a new approach in favor of the connection that can be beneficial. for the two of you to bring something new in each other's life. And if the two of you are destined to share more pages of your life's story together, you will have that opportunity. But for now, what you may have to keep for yourself are the memories, but at the same time, a realization about the necessity to put this connection on the back burner for a while. Alright, Pisces, this is what I have for you in this mini tarot reading, and I hope we get to chat again soon. Bye!